Greetings, ladies, gents, oddities, and all the in betweens. I'm CrimsonSlave, and these are my Insomnia files. First off, I think this is going to be a long video, but considering how my capture seems to always die in the middle of me having points and lag, it's hard to say if this will be long or if it won't be a series of shorter videos. So, let's talk about this week. Because what I want to talk about mostly is a problem that happened today. But I'll get to that. I said for the first time in a while that I actually have something to show off in the video. And I do. Small things, but something is better than nothing, I guess. So, I want to talk about maybe the only two, three good things with this week and explain them in a way that explains something. So, good thing. I went to go see Bullet Train. I got an advance ticket to go see it. It was a fun movie. It may be the first 10 out of 10 movie that I've seen. It had great action. It was funny. It was entertaining the entire way through. I super liked it. It had a great combination of star power with being random and being funny the entire time. I super loved seeing the movie. So with that, it's kind of its own thing. But when I went to go see the movie, I also went to Target, which is next to the movie theater, and I was able to get this. This is the CD for Jackpot Juicer. This is Discount's latest album, and it's special edition because it was a Target exclusive. You can see it on there. You can't see it because of the light. So it's exclusive because it comes with a special edition. I think it's kind of cool that the first single they put out, this is a single thing on it. So this is the thing that they put on it, and the track listing is here. They have two CDs, and the CD, it's two CDs. It's the regular track and the instrumental. If you never listened, there was Discount Dance, or like the person that I asked for the CD heard Discount Dance. They usually make a instrumental because a lot of people like they're really good instrumentals and they like and people like singing their songs. So they have instrumental versions of other things. So this has an instrumental and it has two CDs and they're both like poker chips because of the jackpot casino vibe to it. There was that. Also, a fun fact I found out while at Target. So I couldn't get this CD from my Target, nor could I get my medication. I had to like go to my doctor's office and stuff and that. But I found out that apparently people setting fires in Target is a thing, according to the guy that I talked to there. Because apparently the Target Starbucks had a prior problem. So apparently it's just a thing, not what the fire that happened at our store isn't a one-off. I found that particularly strange and weird. So there's that. Now there's that. And something else. What was it? Oh, I got this. This is a Skullcandy Workshop earbud thing. These are special edition buds that Skullcandy made. And these are special because they are black and white with Skullcandy things. These are Dime 2s. I'm super happy about because they'll be useful for my real life. They have a special edition case on them. And these weren't super expensive. I got them. I also got a 3-year warranty on them because Skullcandy headphones. So all of my love for them. I always seem to do something at some point, like dropping them from my ear, and it just fucked up the entire thing. So I'm happy that I have warranty on them, and the warranty was only $15. So there's that. Cause I figured after I gave Grell basically $500 for an old ticket, that and I planned out to pay my loan yesterday. No, yeah, I paid my car payment yesterday. and I had to pay my cell phone payment and my thing this week. I just wasn't going to be able to have any extra money to go to GameStop and pick up any of my stuff. I still might go to GameStop and use some of my points to pick up some of my pop figures. But that kind of brings me to another point that I'll get to in a second. But yeah, that was all good of my week. I got new headphones. I got a CD. I probably have to go bother. I have to probably bother Shepard and her boyfriend to get me the instrumental off this because I can't bother Grell for it because Grell's not friends with me anymore. But yeah, that was my week, and I think that was kind of cool. So those are the good things about my week. The bad things about my week would be that I'm still sick, but I was able to get that accommodation paper filled out, and it's going to be emailed to Amazon. So hopefully, sometime this week, it'll be a thing that is existing in the world, and maybe it'll work out that I can not worry about being super late or feeling sick because of everything. Now, that brings me to the point about today that I kind of want to focus on. So, I had a plan, stay up and just do stuff. Because, like, this week, I've been playing Prey. I don't know why I chose to play Prey, but I decided to play Prey, and I'm literally about to end it. I might do some more stuff in it because I'm waiting for some stuff to happen in the game, but I accidentally saw how the game was going to end and realized that I wasn't prepared to deal with that at the moment. So I saved a little bit before that happened, and I'm gonna do some more stuff before that conclusion happens to make sure everyone gets off of the station. So I'm gonna wait for that to work out. Okay, there's that. Sorry, I had a point there. One other point. So my plan was to stay up until 5:30 when I hit 5:45 and just go to work. Go to drive to work early. Get the Milltown, get Starbucks, and just get through the day. I started getting super burpy and started feeling super nauseous, so I took medicine. Words for medicine. Took medicine, and that put me out until like 1, which is weird because I think that for some reason the old medication that I had that I left in my car for like 2 weeks didn't put me to sleep. The medicine I've kept in the house put me to sleep, so that was a weird problem to deal with today. But one of the things that it did was it gave me this super long lucid dream. And the dream itself, unbelievable, and I instantly knew it was a dream because I was in college. Like I was in like in a college. I was like in a testing facility for something, and I was studying birds with some guy. I don't know why, but I was studying birds, and we were like observing birds and having small conversation. All the while, there was a dog outside barking and looking things over, and apparently I was a part of someone else's test. I realized now that after I woke up, that it was the dog in the house, Hazel, trying to wake me up, but her barking, sniffing, nudging me, none of that woke me up because I was like in this dream, hard into this dream. Now, we were studying birds, don't know why, but we were studying birds, and I guess like toward the end of the study of the bird, the person was like, "Well, we got some time to kill, and we can do some stuff." And he talked about fabrication. Now, I assume the fabrication has to do with me playing a lot of Prey. You can fabricate a lot of stuff, make a lot of stuff that you want to, and that was cool. But fabrication was the thing I brought up, and he basically asked me if I could make a perfect person or make someone new or make something better. What would I make? And I told that person that I don't know what that means to me. And he basically asked me a question, like a simple question that like I'm sure like other people would have no problem answering. But he essentially asked me, well, you've been in relationships before. You've slept with people. You've had things with other people. Just tell me what you liked about relationships. I could probably make you something or find someone that fits those parameters. I don't know why it got thinky. Like, it got thinky. Like, I was like some people would just be like, oh, I had this with this person, and I had this with this person, or I'm into this, or like that. I feel like how normal people would answer questions like that. I, even in a dream, got thinky about it, and I say that as a bad thing because I don't. I occasionally feel that I shouldn't be left alone with my thoughts because they're not good. Like I'm sure, like other people, maybe if I still have friends, would tell me that I'm a great thinker or I have outward ideas and I have really interesting topics or I think of things that people don't think of. Maybe that's true. But I basically told this person that the reason why I can't give you a good answer is because everything in my life that I would consider happiness or the things in my life that I would like or the people that I was with, all of it kind of came down to compromise. And it's true. I can't deny that. I've only had two serious relationships, and they both didn't work out. And some fault to theirs, some fault to mine. Either way, it didn't work out. But the person asked me, why did you compromise on something that made you happy? And it gave me some pause because it's a good question for sure. Because I feel that a lot of people wouldn't answer a question like, well, you were in a relationship before, what made you happy? And my answer would be that I had to compromise, give up, or ignore something in order to gain that state of being happy. And if you ask me this at any point in time, I'll totally admit to that it's true. I compromised a lot for things. And I compromised a lot mostly because I felt that in some ways I didn't have choices in what was happening. And that sounds bad, but it's true. But I know that technically, no matter how I look at it, my compromise was also compromised for them as well. Because it doesn't matter who I was, it doesn't matter either of the people. We both did things, agreed to certain things, dealt with things, put up with stuff to be okay with each other. And that level of compromise is how we worked to certain extents. And it had its own scale balancing problems, but in the end, I would say that that briefness of being okay with each other is what allowed us to work. And when the equilibrium became more strained, the obvious problems came into play, and that ended what it was. I hate looking at my life that way, but it's how I perceive my life. Now, I bring this up because another part of this dream that was a person asked me after taking all the information in. They asked me, well, if you could do something differently or you could make it better, what would I do? And my answer was silence. Because I thought about that question and I couldn't come up with an answer. I could say sorry. I could. I could say sorry to Grell for everything I put her through. I could say sorry for trying to have her work in the parameters of my life. I could be sorry that I couldn't live up to the person that she wanted me to be. I could say sorry for the fact that I put strain on our friendship and including her in something that I knew would inevitably be bad. I could say sorry for the fact that of the things that I happened to be a part of, that I couldn't ever find a way to bring things back from the bad point that I did. I could say sorry to the ghost for not living up to her standards, or I could be sorry for the fact that I lost my job due to me caring about my health, or I could feel bad about the fact that or I could say sorry to the fact that she stuck her neck out for me, and despite doing everything that I could to get there, I couldn't give her the thing that she wanted, which was for me to detach from the people that she felt were bad for me in my life. And I made dumb choices, destroyed relationships to be with her. And inevitably, when she left me, that kind of was a bad choice that I shouldn't have made. But when I was in these moments, I did things that I thought were right without thinking about them all the way through, and occasionally caring more about how it made other people feel and how it would work out for me. And a lot of times, I made choices. I made choices that were going to overall just be better for survival and not choices for the future. I'm stupid. I'll admit to this. I'm a dumb person. But in thinking about how my life is currently and the things that I have and how everything is coming together, I don't know what I should do differently or how I can do anything now. Because before anything, before I have to leave, I have to come to terms with four things that I hate. First thing is that I have to fog this room. I won't get into details until I leave, or I don't think that I'll get into details about this encompassing problem that I've had for the past 19, 20, 21, 4 years. No, 3 years. Three? Three. Yeah, problem I've had for 3 years. Because it seems stupid and no one can logically make it make sense. Or I can't justify it to people. So I kind of feel putting it out here without like a better solution or a thing to get it done or saying that I escaped it or finding a way to fix it won't make any sense. Because the logical question always is, why do I put up with it, and why is this a thing that happens? And my answer is, I don't have a say in the matter. I'll explain that one day on the Insomnia Files when either the problem's gone or I don't live here anymore. Whichever is the answer, it's always going to be a bad thing. And I hate that fact about myself. Second thing that I realize is that I have to throw away all of my furniture. So when I leave, I'm only going to have technology, games, pop figures, and clothes. I guess collectibles and toys too. But I have to throw away all of my shelves, my 12 cube, my bed, my frame, probably my sheets, all the pillows. Maybe I can wash the sheets, but definitely I'll throw away the blankets and maybe the fitted sheet on the bed. But I gotta throw away basically the entire bed and everything else. And I kind of hate that. I'm gonna wash the curtains. See the curtains? I paid for those. And my games. I'm gonna do some stuff with the games, but I do hate the fact that when I leave, I basically will be leaving with half of everything that I have. Like, I'm really on the fence about throwing everything else away because like, I have to throw away so much because of the issue that is the thing that I have to fog my room for. And that worries me about everything that I've bought and I care about because it only matters to me, it doesn't matter to anyone else. But it just matters to me and I hate it. So that's going to be a thing in my life. Third thing is that my mom, as beneficial as she's trying to be and trying to sweet as a mom can be and try to help, she's trying to like talk options to me about finding a place and getting out of stuff, and I can't give her answers, and I realize it's a bad thing because I can't like figure out a budget, what I can and can't pay for, where I want to move to, and everything else. And lastly, I think one of the worst things about this entire thing that I've come to this week is that when whatever happens and I have to like get rid of everything, throw things away and everything, I'll have to rebuild all of that from scratch. Like these are like 30 I've paid for $35 shelves from IKEA. This desk that my computer's sitting on, I think was $300. And fun fact about this desk, I had to build this desk all in one night because I got it shipped to the house and I realized that Jerry would be mad if it stayed in the hallway for too long. So I basically had to build it, put it into my room, make it all work in one single night. And I didn't like that fact, but it meant keeping peace. It's been a bad week, mentally. Being sick is bad. Not going to work is bad for the future. For future me, and future me problems will always be a big thing that I have to worry about. But I think the thing that bothers me the most about this week, especially the dream, is that I really thought, like maybe in March, that I was on the verge of turning things around. I did. For like a week there, Grell talked to me, and I thought maybe we could be friends or like build back towards something. That kind of fell apart. And recently Grell just got mad about that ticket, even though I gave her money back. No, nothing, no contact, just money. Which is interesting because it means that like at some point Grell watched my video, told me that amount, I pay that amount. But I don't know, it's a weird thing in and of itself because I was under the belief that no one cares about my videos or watches what I do. And I kind of keep that thing hoping, can't get the thing alive. But hey, maybe the fact that she watches my video means that that whole people gathering around to laugh at my life thing is a possibility in my life that is true. Which is why these Insomnia videos are important to me, but I'm sure I'll joke to everyone else. Point I want to make at the end of this is that I thought that I could start. Ooh, wow, that felt weird. There wasn't a second that felt like emotion hurt. I thought I could start turning my life around for the better. And I say for the better weirdly because I thought that maybe I could do something. Like I thought maybe if I could like go to work consistently and not have to worry about all of my bills, I could like get the car paid off and do some more stuff. I could use Amazon's super cool policy and like go to college and like maybe actually learn photography and do what I want to do. I could like maybe eventually live in a studio apartment by myself and like have that, or maybe one day what I really wanted one day is to live in a loft, like my own loft, to be able to separate my collection of the things from my living area, my own kitchen. It just kind of live out my life well. Like if you saw me play Cyberpunk 2077, it's a loft apartment that I love because like it's technically what I want. Maybe not that extravagant, but just a bed separate from the rest of the house in a separate area for different things. Because I thought maybe in life that's what I wanted. Move to England, sorry, move to the UK, live in a loft. That's what I wanted. But I see now that a lot of the things that I want in life aren't going to work out. And the problem with so much stuff in my life is the fact that things just continue to get worse as I try to make them better. So, I guess I'm sorry for trying to do better, maybe. I don't know. But it hurts a lot that in the middle of me trying to get better and doing something and trying to figure out an equilibrium between work, I got this ultimatum dumped on me to move out a month and a half from now, which is bad. This is the end of September, which is going to be annoying. But I guess since no one's talking to me and no one's gonna defend it, and Vrel's not gonna change her mind, I don't think Jerry is either. I'm just gonna live with this fact that I have to like get rid of all of the things that I care about, throw stuff away, just be with nothing. And I'm sure when that happens, everyone involved will have a laugh about it. I don't know that for sure, but I just kind of feel that like if I just kind of feel that if the people in my life that have not liked me could find out the things that I deal with, and the people that know what I deal with can finally have me ejected from their life and know that I'm suffering somewhere and know that what I'm going through can't be solved and I won't ever contact them to fix it or I won't be bothering them anymore, it'll give them some joy. And I can't say that it won't, because like I know the people that dislike me, and I guess Girl Now included, don't care about my problems as long as it doesn't affect their life. And I'm sure that when it happens and I'm not here anymore or whatever, that it'll make them happy. And I think in some ways that's what everyone wants. No one cares about me, no one wants me in their life anymore. As long as I'm suffering somewhere and they get to be happy and not have any problems affected with me, it'll make them happier. It'll be the thing that they think back on. Remember Jack? Fuck Jack, right? High five. I don't know. But it's how I feel. And despite feeling so much and hating so much about my life at the moment, it feels like the conclusion as it all comes down on me is that this is the road that was inevitably going to be put in front of me. And it's bad because there's so much I feel involved in this that could have been avoided by a little bit of effort on other people's ends and trying to work toward a middle. The problem I have the fog for happened 3 years ago. It was a small problem then. I did something about it. Nothing got done about it. It's gotten worse. I could argue that one of the main issues about me at GameStop, everyone complaining about my clothes, is partly on me, but that partly goes to the fact that I shrink out of clothes super fast, and the person that said they'd help me with my problem had other stuff to do and just never did it, but was one of the first people to jump on the proverbial bandwagon as this has always been my fault. I don't know. I mean, like, as much as I don't know, I want to say that I don't care, but I do care. because so much of my life is being affected and no one is doing things about it. I'm sure that me giving Grell almost $500 was an issue for her to scrounge out of her money. But the fact that I gave it to her almost immediately as I had it on a really, really, really bizarre turn of events to get much money all at once was something that I was cool with. Because it means that I can be a step closer to giving her what she wants. And that's what I want to end this on. I really do hate that my life is a series of giving people what they want and dealing with how I have to deal with it. If you know me, you could argue differently on that, and I will 100% agree that I have my fault. I have done my share of bad things, and I add to the problems that encompass the problems that I'm having now. But in the end, it just feels that I'm just going to continue to give people the things that they need, and once I'm gone, they'll carry on without me. They'll be fine. The house will be the house, but I'm sure Grell's new best friend will be able to fix the problems that I couldn't fix, despite other things. I'm sure that eventually Jerry will retire and should be able to fix the problems that currently persist. Don't know. And it's not really for me to know, because in the end, it's not my problem anymore. It's everyone else's problem, and everyone waiting for the day that I have to leave. But I don't know why I care. I don't want to care. I don't want to do things. I want to be done with this chapter of my life. I want to be fine. I want other things. But as I deal with the realities of what I have to deal with and do going forward, it just reminds me more and more and more and more and more that all this is bad and nothing ever out of was ever going to be better. And I hate that about life currently, but it kind of is what it is. But that's enough of my complaining about my life in this week. Let's talk about next week, shall we? Next week, next week I'll pay all my loan and my cell phone bill. That's all I got. Because I honestly can't think of anything that's going to happen or be better about this week going forward. I suppose this week I'll beat Prey. Probably only take me like one session to complete that. So I'll be done with Prey soon. And after I'm done with Prey, I don't know. Maybe I'll restart the medium and I'll beat that next. But as for now, that's all I wanted to share. It's long, it's bad, but luckily it didn't glitch. Because, oh yeah, that happened this week too. Another good thing that happened that I forgot about is that my hard drive decided to work. I guess after like 2 updates, my hard drive now works for my Mac, and I was able to get a bunch of stuff out of my computer. Because if I need to keep preparing for the end, I need to make sure that I can get everything that I need and care about off to something else. So when I get to where I'm going, all of my data is still with me. Don't know. But yeah, until next week and all that jazz.